reorgan of the cabinet. Please welcome Executive Secretary Es.Bersamin.
Shoutout sa inyo mga kababayan, pakinggan natin sinong ma-retain, sino po ang mag-resign.
Okay.
Good afternoon guys, pakinggan natin si Es.Bersamin.
Good afternoon, Malacanang Press Corps. Okay. The President has given authority or instructions for me to make some announcements that are very relevant to our ongoing performance evaluation of the various offices and agencies of the executive branch. Let me first announce the people whose resignations have been accepted. Take note of this. Those whose resignations have been accepted are the following: Chairperson and Chief Executive Officer Maynardo Sabili of the Presidential Commission for the Urban Poor, Mr. Terence C. Calatrava, Presidential Assistant for the Visayas, and Mr. Almarim C. Tila, Presidential Assistant on Muslim Affairs. Terminated is Mr. Menandro M. Espinelli, Presidential Advisor for Special Concerns.
Terminated.
As far as new appointments are concerned, I have to announce that today the President has appointed Attorney Francis Edrelin Lim as the incoming chairperson of the Securities and Exchange Commission. He will take over from the incumbent chairman Emilio Aquino, whose term will expire on June 5, 2025. Attorney Lim is a distinguished member of the legal and financial communities. He has an extensive background in corporate and securities law. He previously served as the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Philippine Stock Exchange and is a senior partner at Accra Law. Attorney Lim is also a former trustee and President of the Shareholders Association of the Philippines. He has contributed significantly to investor protection and market transparency through both his professional work and his academic involvement. He brings to this office decades of experience in corporate law, governance, and capital markets regulation. His leadership is expected to strengthen investor confidence and further promote transparency, innovation, and inclusive growth in the Philippine financial sector. At this time, we would like to tell the people that the President is deliberating on his first historic appointment to the Supreme Court.
Hello.
We received the list from the JBC only recently, and he is poised to make his first appointment in that court.
Hello.
We cannot make any announcements yet on who his choice will be. The next part of these announcements will dwell on which of the cabinet secretaries and high officials will be retained. This has come to be important to us because we have to clear the uncertainties in many agencies and offices. So please pay attention to this. The resignations of the following have been declined by the President. That means they will continue to serve in their respective offices. Department of Agriculture Secretary Francisco P. Chu Laurel Jr. DAR Secretary Conrado M. Estrella III. DepEd Secretary Juan Edgardo M. Angara. TESDA Secretary Jose Francisco Benitez. DOL Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma. DSWD Secretary Rexlon Gatchalian. DOH Secretary Teodoro Herbosa. DMW Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak. DOST Secretary Renato Sulidom Jr. DOT Secretary Maria Esperanza Cristina Frasco. DICT Secretary Henry Ruel Aguda. DOTR Secretary Vivencio B. Dizon II. DPWH Secretary Manuel Dunuan.
Hi, Ma'am.
Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile.
Hello, Ma'am Macrido. Shout out
EMS Secretary Elaine T. Masukat. MMDA Chairman Romando Artes. Minda Chairman Leo Tereso Magno. Secretary Antonio G. Sariles, Presidential Advisor for Mindanao Concerns. BIR Commissioner Romeo D. Lumagi Jr. Bureau of Customs Commissioner Bienvenido Rubio. Treasurer of the Philippines, Sharon P. Almanza. At this point, may I also add a clarification. When we made that announcement regarding the forthcoming designation of Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Enrique Manalo, to be the next permanent representative of the Philippines in the United Nations. This will take effect most likely August 1. But because of the necessity for him to be confirmed before going over to as permanent envoy to the United Nations, the President recognizes the designation to be considered as done only after his confirmation. In the meanwhile, he will remain as the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. In the meanwhile. Because there was a misunderstanding maybe about when he would really stop performing or discharging his duties as Secretary. So, I am now ready to receive your questions. Okay. May I just make this additional point? That means that Secretary Manalo's courtesy resignation was declined. He continues to be the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. It's necessary to clarify that because there should be no uncertainty about his status. Okay, I may now accept your questions.
Ivan Mayrina, GMA News.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes.
With the announcement on the cabinet secretaries whose courtesy resignations were declined, it appears that this performance review was not as sweeping as the public may have anticipated.
Well, if you are asking for blood, there will still be blood. But you know, we are still undertaking continuing performance evaluations even of those undersecretaries or those lower than the cabinet rank functionaries. I assure you that this is a very sweeping and thorough evaluation being made by the President and the panel of his choice regarding those who will be continuing remaining in office and those who will be ultimately ousted.
But at least for the major departments, wala hong masyadong movement. So does the President expect changes in how these departments are run with the same heads?
That's a very good question. No? All of them who have been retained, including myself, are expected to give fresh attention to the mandates and to give more performance, show more performance in our respective areas. And if you will note, these secretaries whose resignations have been declined need to be announced because there have been many speculations that have been going around and they have been the victims of intrigues and harassment from many quarters. That's why we came out today with an announcement of who they are, because it's just simple justice to them.
Thank you.
Wala naman na ibang
Please,
naninira kundi
Romero,
mga
Philippine
dilis.
Star.
Secretary, yung mga yung mga kalihim po na hindi ninyo nabanggit, we can assume na ongoing pa po yung performance review sa kanilang performance.
You're right. Yes, that's true.
May we ask for the reasons why yung mga nabanggit po ninyo na nauna kanina tinanggap yung kanilang pagbibitiw?
Well, these are the officers of various ranks. May undersecretary, may secretary, may assistant secretary ang levels. Well, the assessments about them is that they did not perform up to par. That's the assumption. So we will just leave it at that.
Jean Mangaluz, Philstar.com.
Good morning, Secretary. Are we still assessing? Ay, good afternoon. Are we still assessing the chiefs of the GOCCs?
Yes, you know, the chiefs of the GOCCs, as I mentioned last time, is that they are subject to the yearly review by the GCG. But their heads of offices, they will surely be assessed by us. Okay? So, the annual review by the GCG is mandated by law. The GCG law requires this to happen in the middle of every year. So about now, June. We do not know what the GCG is going to recommend, but on our part, as far as the heads of the GOCCs are concerned, we will surely come up with announcements very soon.
Tristan Nodalo, Newswatch Plus.
Hey sir, good afternoon. Sir, just siguro a follow-up lang din. No? Given nga po yung line-up ng mga hindi po tinanggap na resignation o nagstay na cabinet members, may marching orders po ba sa kanila yung Pangulo now that sila yung magko-continue nung last 3 years na term?
Well, the President will give individual marching orders to all of them. And as of now, it will not be convenient for us to mention what are those marching orders. But definitely they know that the President demands the highest degree of performance. And those who have not been retained know also where they have failed or where they were short in delivery.
Siguro sir, message na lang po sa public na baka isipin nila wala namang nagbago sa line-up of cabinet secretaries, at the very least yung marami pong natira na sila rin naman. Ano pong mensahe niyo sir sa publiko?
Well, alam nyo, ito ang gusto kong maintindihan ninyo. No?
Valuing nga.
The President is a manager. He has his own
Evaluate, ikaw.
levels of achievement that he has imposed on each of us in the cabinet. And his expectations are there. And it is only the President who can decide if we performed up to par, or we delivered on those promises or the expectations that he gave to us, announced to us at the beginning. And because of this, the president might have probably, most likely, determined that most of these whom he retained have performed at par. Because otherwise, he would surely have fired them. You know, this is not a purge. You must understand that. That's why we went to the courtesy resignation as the means for implementing this reorganization. But you know, even if you have been retained now, you will still be expected to make your to deliver on your marching orders, and these are very specific to each of these respective officials of government.
Maricel Halili, News 5.
Magandang hapon po, sir. Sir, yun pong na-mention ninyo kanina ng mga officials who will be replaced. What are the reasons that the president decided to remove them from the post? Are they involved in particular issues or just failure to meet the expectations of the president?
Yes, good that you asked that, because you know, these are the presidential advisors, presidential assistants. There are many of them, and the four whom we have named today were probably those that the president, as of now, has determined that they have not delivered on their respective mandates. I will not delve into the details because they are not to be, they're of different categories. Okay? But let us assume that the president has good reasons, the best reasons, not to continue with their services as of this time.
Any more questions? Tristan Nadalo, Newswatch.
Sir, last na lang po. Yung performance review, sir, are we going to expect na every year gagawin to ng Pangulo or depende po sa kanya?
That's a good question also, because performance evaluation is ongoing every time. The president may even terminate or remove any of us. We are at his will. Okay. If the performance evaluation is a continuing process, you can be sure that at any time, any who is not performing according to standards of the president will be replaced or relocated. That's what we do sometimes.
If there are no more questions, thank you very much, Executive Secretary Lucas P. Bersamin.
So yun
Thank you.
guys, maraming salamat sa inyong watching. See you again. Bye bye.
Thank you very much,
and
Malacanang Press Corps.
babos.
No, it all depends on